Boom. Let's do this. Okay? Because it has to be done. Why am I doing it? Because it has to be done. I'm not doing what I'm doing to hurt anyone. I'm doing what I'm doing because my spirit and my soul compels me to. When I see something that I know is wrong being done to a group of people, I have to say something. Okay? This is an attack on our people. See that? From Ross in their stores. They actually have buyers for this Paul Frank attack against Black people. We are the original beings of light creation. But I'm going to say Black people so that you can know who specifically I'm talking about because most of the mass know us as Black people. Okay? Titles, foundational Blacks. I don't do the titles foundational Black, African American, all that. No. We are the original beings of light and creation. That's who we are. We've been here before everyone. And the enormous attack upon our people with this type of BS is happening. Okay? They're doing it in waves. They've been doing it, but now they're campaigning for the campaign that they already campaigned for when they came out with the shit. Okay? So this, bought by Ross, well, selected. They selected it. Okay? They selected this as appropriate to be sold in their stores because you cannot be this desperate that you would attack a whole group of people who shop in your stores. It could be grandchildren, it could be your daughter, it could be anyone just out. And then these are the psychological attacks that they're doing on our people. Psychological. And to show you that this is real and in their database, it wasn't like somebody went in there and just put it on the shelf. This is the receipt. You see it right there? You can see the store number and everything. What is the store number? The store number is 2610 Kennewick, Washington. These are psychological attacks. That's not by accident. That is not, oh, we're so desperate. We need to find some type of shirt or something that's going to be attractive and appealing to these young girls who are going to be coming to the store looking for shirts, t-shirts. Send the shape and design of a short tee almost. Well, it's not a short tee, but it's supposed to be appealing to young girls. And this is horrific because just imagine your daughter think this is cute and she knows nothing about slavery and racism on either side. This is putting them in danger. Okay? This puts you in danger. Think about that. Think about how there's things on this earth that look like humans, look like us, but they are cuckoo birds. They are completely cuckoo birds because they don't have perception. They don't have a connection with emotions. They don't have a balance of emotion. They don't feel for others. So they are the ones who are easily could be minionited. They're the ones who do the works of inequity. The minionites. They take on these tasks. They just do it. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. They don't have a connection with morals or ethics. They move by assignment only. That means you can assign them to do almost anything. They'll get it done, if not anything. And it hurts other people. They don't care because they don't know how to care. They don't carry the essence. They don't carry that spiritual weight because caring is a weight. It isn't always comfortable to care. Caring is a weight that they don't have. So they're in balance. They're just floating around, ready to do anything. And to hurt other people doesn't bother them at all. Cuckoo birds. They're just simply there to take whatever it is that belongs to other people, step in front of other people. Those are the kind of people who cut lines. You know how you're in line somewhere and then somebody just come and walk right in front of you as if you didn't, as if they didn't see you, like you don't exist. They'll come and stand right in front of you. Say you've been in that line for like days, because you know how people stand out, they be in a line for days. And here come a cuckoo bird. They could care less that you were spending hours in that line. They'll come and stand right in front of you because they don't have a moral aptitude. Their whole thing is, I don't want to stand in the line. I'm going to cut and gaslight you to death. Oh, I didn't see you there type shit, that fake shit they do. Okay? We're dealing with a whole bunch of cowards. You know, if you've seen the movie The Wizard of Oz and how Toto went and drew back or found the fake ass Wiz behind the curtain, those are cuckoo birds. They're puppets. They're puppeteering the world today. Half, more than half, excuse me, and I mean this, more than half of what we see is fake. It's AI. The AI been advanced. They're giving it to you in implements. Many of us are thinking that, oh, look, we're watching it develop. No, it was already developed. A lot of the shit that we see is AI. It was already AI. Now they got you thinking, oh, now we got to try to see the difference in the AI. But the AI has been there. They have been watching. They have been studying. They have been doing all these horrible things to people from day one. Okay? You're just now getting into where they need your facial recognition, they need your characteristics, they need to hear the sound of your voice. They want to hear when you're happy, they want to hear when you're sad, they want to see what your face looks like when it smiles because they're taking in all of you online and giving it, feeding it, fueling it with the AI. Okay? So it's going to be a point to when they'll say that you committed a crime, you was somewhere committing a crime, you wasn't there, and they'll press it. The investigators, police, they'll press it because they'll believe what they see. Okay? They'll believe what they see. It'll be a whole image of you doing some shit that you didn't do. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, keep your receipts. But they're not really looking at people who are asleep. They're really in for the ones who can see them. Okay? If you have the glasses on in your third eye, you can see through all the bullshit. You can see them. You can see inside of them. You can see what they're doing, what their intentions are, what you can just see. I can't really explain all of how we're able to see through their shield, but we're able to see, some of us. And many of us are still asleep, okay? And not paying attention to what's going on around us. We are under attack. These people have been hired. They are hired hands from different countries that come here by assignment to carry out horrific things against us and certain people. People they deem would be a problem to their network, their system, to their machines. Okay? And those are someone like me who can see. I can see through their shit. This is a psychological attack on our young girls. It should not be permitted. This is the receipt I showed you that someone in New York or Los Angeles selected this. These shirts by Paul Frank to carry out further the psychological attack against our young females. So when you go into the makeup area, your daughter goes into the makeup area. She's in there, she's walking in her confidence, she's feeling great. And then she runs into some shit like this. Because not only this, they have backpacks, they have wipes, the packaging has this on it. They're staging and propping it in stores. Some of the stores, like Ross, unfortunately, some are not putting it in their database. So you'll go in the store and you'll see something in there. Somebody staged it. They put it in the store to make it appear as it's a product of the store, but you only find one of it. And then when you get to examine it, whatever, then it for some reason disappeared. So if you see it, take a picture of it, take a video of it, make sure you know the location, time, date, all that, whatever you can get information on the place and expose it. Okay? Because we're not going to allow these cuckoo birds to carry out these horrendous attacks against our people without us saying anything. We're not going to sit in silence and just let these type of things just happen to our people, are we? Are we just going to let these people just say, well, we done overwhelmed them so much, they'll just go with it? Because that's what they expect. That's what they expect for it to be become the new normalcy for us. To be bullied, harassed, psychologically disturbed. You have people who are not from here taking on these assignments. It's terrorism. You come here to terrorize a certain group of people. You're not even from here, but you come here by assignment. And those of you who have assignments know who I'm talking about. Okay? To those who are asleep, everything seems to just be occurring. It's just these things that are just happening. Like the things in the government, they're just happening. No, these things are not just happening. This government has assigned people to come here to disrupt order because they don't like the progress that we've made. And they have never liked the progress and how we can come out of things and stabilize ourselves over and over again. They don't like it. This is not a place of if you work hard and just push down and you just stay on the ladder, you'll make it. No, that's the lie. Because it's not for you to rise up. People look like me. It's not. It's not for us to rise up and to reap the benefits because they hate when we reap the benefits. They hate when we're in our comfort. They hate when you're smiling. They hate when you're happy. You'll even hear some of them say they can't even hold it. Stop smiling. What do you mean stop smiling? That's crazy. What do you mean stop smiling? They hate to see us happy. They hate to see us in progress, moving forward. So we get set back a lot, but we're a very resilient being of light. So we rise like the sun again and again, and they can't stand it. So they gaslight us. They're using narcissism, covert, everything that you could think of with these psychological words and terminology that is used to harass and psychologically traumatize a group of people, though. They're doing it. And they know where every last one of us are because they're tracking us. They're using live tracking. Okay? A lot of the apartment complexes, they can hear in on your conversations. They don't have an ounce of guilt behind anything that they do. Have they ever? How could you feed babies to alligators and go home and go to sleep and not be traumatized by even seeing, witnessing something like that if you didn't even have your hands in it? How could you? And some of them enjoy terrorizing. Some of them live for it. They love to wake up and be a part of the conflict and the terror. that is being placed upon our people. Full blown attack, psychological warfare. These, what I'm using right now, computers that are connected to the AI, are programming us as you move, as you speak, how you breathe, how your eyes move, how your nose, how you wear your hair, how you express yourself on every level. Studying, studying, watching, listening to us. And then they want to shatter you, to put you in conflict so they can see how, and whatever it is, they're doing these wicked, evil things with no conscience because we're conscious. We're nine ethers. And they're not. Because if you're a nine ether, you don't need to study nine ether. Okay? If you're nine ether, you don't study nine ether because it's a natural thing that's a part of you. I don't need to go and study nine ethers because I know who we are. And I know who the demonites are, the ones who are running around here. I used to say minionites, but that was kind of like sounding like a little uh strange. So I changed it to minion turds because that's what they are. Crocs of shit. Running around carrying out terrorist assignments against the original people. We are original. We are from here. And the way that we're being treated after everything we've done, our people have crossed every T, dotted every I. We've done everything right, only to be pulled back. They're constantly trying to pull back the progress. Why? Isn't it enough room for everybody to shine? Why do you think they have a problem with everybody shining at the same time? Because we don't block anybody shine. If you shine it, we gonna congratulate it. Hey, do you? That we love to see other people progress. But why do everyone hate to see us progress? Why would you be a part of something to tear somebody down who's worked to get to a certain place? Why would you tear down people who are doing you no harm? Because the cuckoo bird likes to annoy and attack. It's in the DNA to annoy, to attack, to start some shit, to lie and say, oh, this happened, exaggerate. They'll attack you and then turn around and say, it wasn't me. That person attacked me. I've seen it. I've seen it. Clear as day. Watch them switch up. You'll be talking to them, and then they'll switch up and go tell somebody some whole different story that didn't even happen. It's like, how do you do that? Why do you do that? Because there's no attachment to a moral aptitude. They don't have one. They move by assignment only. Nothing else matters. That's how they can carry it out. If you have a moral if you have a moral aptitude, your spirit is connected. You're gonna conflict. You don't follow disorder. Like it's like no, something if I'm not saying that we don't make mistakes, because I made plenty of mistakes. But what I'm saying is we have a foundational system for correction. We're going to come back to full center like, oh no, like no, no. That's someone that has a moral compass. It's not that you can't be stirred wrong. It's you're going to recenter to find your moral standing because you're connected to the planet by the sun. That's what make you a nine ether. We're nine ether beings because we're connected to the sun. And the sun is creating balance. And cuckoo birds create disorder. Period. People don't like people when they say period, but I'm saying period because that's a fact. You cannot be a part of the planet and be a part of the sun because the sun is the giver of life. The sun is the giver of life. Without the sun, what do you have? How do you eat? Okay, so the sun is radiating electricity, magnetism, and all of that with the core of the earth, and all those things goes together. Okay, and the cuckoo birds are disrupting the order. The cuckoo birds are the disorder in the chaos. So it isn't that there isn't chaos, it's a disorder in the chaos. The disorder and the chaos is coming from those with the cuckoo bird energy to appropriate, take, steal, kill, destroy with no moral compass, incapable of having that moral compass. They are with the id, the I, the ego, self centered, self pertaining, me, I, like a child with a temper tantrum. They're incapable of spiritual balance. They don't make sense to someone who is a spiritual being of light because they don't connect. Someone who does not connect is strange to me. That can do things intentionally, carrying out tasks that, okay, I'm going to do this because your skin color is this color, so I don't like you. So that gives me the right to harass you and to cause disorder upon you, or to try to annihilate you or gaslight you. That's some cuckoo bird energy. And what they're doing now, collectively, all together, because they're in this country by assignment. When we're looking, a lot of people are looking like, oh yeah, people just came here, they're trying to have a better life. No, there's some people here by assignment, hired hands, to, just like an army, it's a silent army. So the army is here against the people. That army is here. That invasion has already happened. While you're watching these movies about alien invasion and all that shit, the invasion has already happened. The invasion is here upon us. And because you've been conditioned to think that a war against you is army people here with rifles and guns, and you're not paying attention to the difference in the war that is happening. Second, let me plug this up. Battery going out. You're not paying attention to the different kind of war. This war is not with guns and all of that you've been watching on TV. This war is psychological. This is a psychological war. Okay? What is happening now psychologically, out to damage and destroy the mind of the spiritual light, the spiritual beings of light, the original people. Because we have so many people, young people, programmed into the machine, they don't even know what to look out for. They don't know the psychological target that this machine is doing. It's designed to program you and to be able to gaslight and to be able to store data from you and to turn around and use it against you. It is made to psychologically traumatize with the gaslighting, with the side imagery, all of that. There was this movie that came out and they were talking about I think that they were saying something like the madness. And so these humanitarians went to go and save some apes out of a lab they were being tested on. And what were these people, these scientists, these so-called scientists, testing the animals out on? They were testing them out on madness. So what they would have the apes, they would have them sitting there because they psychologically call us. This is what they do. They calling us this. Some bullshit. But that's what they calling us. In the movie, these apes were in the cage and they were just watching the screen the whole time. They've been injected with madness. I think it's called, I forgot the name of the movie, but the apes are watching the madness all day, 24/7, just watching and watching and watching, and they were injected with the madness. So when the humanitarians, the nonprofit or whatever those people is that come to try to rescue the animals, when they open the cage, they were attacked with the madness because the mind absorbs the imagery, whether you want to or not. So sometimes we got to turn it off. Turn it off and get away from it. Don't let it find ways to subtly, it'll start doing it subtly where it's showing you something that goes against your spirit. We are spiritual beings. You cannot turn it off. And they know this. And so when you're sitting there, you're watching something, they're putting on the sideline, they're flashing something, and if it's something that causes some type of disturbance, it will record it. It will do it again. Or if it's something suggestive and the parents are not in the room, they're not paying attention to what's being suggested to your child. So we have to be paying attention to the psychological trickery that's happening with the AI thing. The AI is another distraction also for them to relocate and move to the new world because they've already gone there. If you look at the United States and the infrastructure here in the United States, you don't see much progress. You see a little here and there, but you don't see what used to be there. Like there were always mass projects, the infrastructure was always kept up. But you don't see that investment anymore. And they tell you, oh, because this got cut and that got cut. No, no, that's bullshit. That leave the world behind is some real information that if you didn't catch it and you're still moving in the world as if everything is just moving perfectly the same, you're missing a whole lot of warning in that. Leave the world behind because they're going to the new world. A lot of people have already gone, they're there already. They're there. And it's leave the world behind. And now they're putting up all of this surveillance, live surveillance, following you everywhere, listening to you because they don't want you to pick up. Because when the people really get to, hey, they done left us behind, they done stole our resources, took them with them, and they dampened our quality of life by what they have done, then people naturally are going to try to figure out where the fuck did they go with our shit. Y'all gonna run us that back. So they're creating barriers, a mass surveillance, because you're not welcome to the new world. You're not welcome to the new world. Those who survive whatever else the shit gonna happen are gonna try to find it. And so they're putting up all of this mass surveillance so they can know where you are at all times. Everybody's buying into the bullshit. You got the cuckoo birds and the minions working together right now because the minions are mindless. Minions, you can have them do anything. The cuckoo birds know that they can hire the minions to do anything. So the minions who are by assignment, who are terrorists here in this country, are carrying out those assignments to massively distort our perception of ourselves. They're trying to bring that back. So everybody now is talking about Jim Crow, right? people, if you don't, like, okay, so it is what it is at the end of the day. This is what's upon the nation right now. It's against our people. You look like me, you got this color skin. I don't care what you call yourself. You are under attack if you are here in the United States. They're coming. Because what do? Steal, kill, destroy. They want to send you away without your shit, and whatever you built, they're going to take it. So this is a campaign starting of putting it into our neighborhoods, into our stores, places where we frequent, so everyone can see the disrespect. Because if you can get away with this, what else can you get away with? If this is allowed, then what else? So it takes a shield of what off of you? Protection, respect, your existence. Because now then people think they can play in your face. And then when you knock the shit out of somebody, because some people get the shit knocked out of them walking up and down the street with something like this on. So they want us to move that way. It's really disturbing. I don't have all the answers. I just know what I know. I know that this is psychological warfare. And I know that this AI, you have to be very, very careful. And you have to know that it is also a thing being used against us. YouTube is in on it. Facebook is in on it. I know for sure. Demonic, antagonizing attacks against our people, and actually making moves and doing things to try to set us back. So, do our people understand? Like, it's nothing that we can ever do. It's like we've done nothing wrong. We've done nothing wrong, but been demoralized. All of our neighborhoods attacked by CIA, FBI projects that they created to intentionally attack us. A lot of these apartment complexes have sophisticated listening systems. They're spying on us. You have no privacy. They think they have the right to do it. Is the crazy part. It's like, okay, so if somebody's sitting watching your ass all day, watching you, listening to you, gaslighting you, following you all day, if that's a thing, shouldn't that thing be happening to everybody? I even be thinking like sometimes some of the rooms are intentionally made so that these other weapons that they have would be easily penetratable for them to be able to do attacks on people. So you're getting certain places in the apartment complex that is designated to attack our people. You're going to get a certain apartment that's already built in a way where these minions and these cuckoo birds can have a way in invasively into your personal private space. Because no matter what, they still have this thing about them where they want to own other human beings. They want to own us. And they think they own us. Think we don't read still. They think we just, yeah, think a lot of dumb shit. But the whole thing is that all of these systems are used to attack. Okay? So many are going to find out too, because all of this, the black and white thing, everybody's still riding on that. That's going to end. And then it'll be everybody together fighting the system. But right now, that thing is still there. And a lot of people are holding on to it, clinging to it until it collapses because everybody's receiving their upload. They're receiving the upload. And a lot of people are making cut off to the system. A lot of people are not eating just everything. Sometimes you go to the store, you don't see everybody just all stuck in the snack area. You see a lot of people mostly now in the fruits and vegetables area because people are waking up to, hey, this corporation is trying to kill us. A lot of us are waking up to nutrition. I got to eat better. I want to live. I got to do something. And it's a constant struggle, it's a battle, but we are doing it. We are waking up to, okay, no, we're not playing that game no more. Because we know everybody is that's vibrating with the planet to see and getting these uploads are seeing through the matrix, seeing through the bullshit, the puppeteering, the fake news, the fake news, okay, is all around the world. Like, how do we even know half of these things they tell us is happening? We don't know. They go through every length to try to keep you deceived and keep you asleep. But we're awake and we done pulled the veil back away from the fake whiz and we're just staring at this fake ass whiz doing all of this shit. They don't have the veil they had before. Because once upon a time we believed till shit 9/11 happened and everybody was asking questions. Like, how did that happen? Like, are we stupid? Their fire was all the way up there. They didn't even put water and pressure on the building yet. So how the fuck did them towers fall? That's when we was like, oh no, 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 no. So that just accepted started shattering because we were like, no. A lot of people started asking questions, communicating, putting things together about how the buildings were structured. Like, how did that happen? People are talking about they heard booms before, they heard several booms before the building came down, the insurance that was taken out on the building, who owned it, all of this shit, who was missing that day, who wasn't in the building that day, who got the special calls to say, hey, don't go to work that day. So, we started talking about all that. Like, oh, hell no. Like, they would do something like that? So, you got to see it. You witnessed it. If you was there that day, you'll never forget where you were when those towers got hit and when they came down. You'll never forget it. We seen it. It happened. And it happened in this country. And it happened to us. All of us. Everybody's seen it. To what lengths the so-called elite or terrorists in this country would go to make their moves, which is magic, trickery, and all of that shit. Because if you look up MAGA, that's what MAGA means: trickery, witchcraft, and sorceress. The feminine energy now that's on the planet. And so they're doing trickery and witchcraft and magician shit in front of your face. You're seeing people who are being casted as live and find out that, hey, they had on a whole suit. That wasn't the real such and such. Who the fuck was that? What was that? Right in our face. They're talking about flying aliens and all this shit. There's no fucking flying aliens. If the aliens is flying as much as they saying, then everybody should see it on a regular. Like, we'll just be cool because the aliens are flying and they're not fucking with nobody. Are they hitting anybody, hurting anybody? Like, how does the military just see it? And if there's so much interaction that's happening with the aliens, so-called spacecraft and all the aliens and the aliens, this and that, more of us would see it. Not the bot just seeing it. Everybody would see it. It would be big. I'm not talking about specks here and there. It would just be prevalent. Like right in our face. The alien shit is some propaganda bullshit. The alien invasion has already happened. If that be the case, we know if we really look at it who the aliens are. The cuckoo birds. The ones who let us kill, steal, and destroy everything. Distort truth. The ones who have a hard time just existing with others in peace. Those are the alien. Everything else natural to the planet. Why? Yeah, so yeah, we're not doing that. We're gonna be paying attention when waking up. This is a psychological attack, is what I was talking about. I kind of got veered off, but this is what I'm talking about at the Ross store here in Kennewick, Washington, and it's store 2610. The number is 509-222-3064. I asked the management, hey, if you see things like this, you don't alert management. I asked her, was this appropriate? And she said, probably not. Her exact words, probably not. But you had associates take this stuff out the box, whatever it came in, and put it on the shelf for young girls in the junior section to witness, to see, to pull back and damper her self-esteem. Because they don't want us walking around happy and just, they want you to be in the background so that they can be in the front. They feel like in order for them to be in the front, we have to be shitted on and step down. They're trying to damper. You cannot damper the light. The light rises every day. You cannot damper our light, no matter what you do. Y'all doing everything, trying everything, and we want to know who those people were who families were not informed that they had passed away in the hospitals out there in Sacramento, California. Who are those people? It's really funny how this so-called news has not been diligent upon finding out who the victims were, because they're victims because they were murdered. Yes, because they have a whole hired hand in the hospitals to take us out. How are you burying people in the back of police stations? Like, that's not a prison. How is this things happening? And then the way that they clean it up, they try to clean it up, they'll have somebody come out and call in the Caucasoid area and say, oh, yeah, so that happened to me too. So then they'll be like, everybody like, oh, it's not a black thing. It's not attacking black people. It was just an everybody thing. Bullshit. We have to investigate every move they fucking make because they're making moves. And the more moves that they make and we don't expose, the bolder they get. Okay? So, yes, we have to speak up and we don't let shit just go off into the dark. We don't let shit just go off into the dark. And then the propaganda and the bullshit they're doing is just so laughable sometimes. It's like, are y'all really trying that dumbass shit? Like, who believe that? But they trying it because they're desperate now to have control. And they want us to be in compliance with their attacks. Okay? That's what's happening here in these United States. This is bullshit. Okay? This is derogatory. This is racist, if you don't know. And I would never allow one of my children, grandchildren, to wear this. I would never suggest it for anyone, even for someone stupid enough to wear it. I would feel like, hey, I need to let you know you could be in danger walking around wearing it. Because some of us have been so under the fire of the attacks from these machines and this demonic system tools and toys that they have, that a lot of us are psychologically poisoned. They have poisoned the mind of many of us, and we have fallen off the grid mentally. And so some of those people are unhinged, and this could be triggering. They don't care if you get hurt. They're doing this dumb shit, putting this in the stores just to cause problems because that's what cuckoo birds do. They like to stir up shit. And this is stirring up some shit because the wrong people on the wrong day seeing somebody wearing this and then you say something. You just look at somebody a certain way. You got this shirt on, it could cause you a whole lot of problems. So they will sacrifice you in these neighborhoods. They don't have a Ross store probably in their neighborhoods, the elite neighborhoods. They got all the other stuff, Louis Vuitton, all that stuff in their neighborhoods. But in this neighborhoods, and they put the corporations in our neighborhoods like this, like the Ross stores in Burlington's in our neighborhoods. And they don't care if you get hurt. They'll be thinking about sales. Somebody gets hurt, injured, took out, they'll be thinking about sales. It's not their problem, they think, because it's not in their neighborhoods. And you want to have our children walking around with this shit on and putting people's lives in danger. And not necessarily somebody just unhinged, just somebody who just not going for it. Like, you gonna wear that and you trying to be bold and you looking at me some type of way, it's triggering. This is starting shit. So who in Los Angeles or New York from the Ross stores said that this was okay to be in the damn stores? I want their name. So we do know that the CEO is James Jim Conroy. Okay. And the buyer's office for Los Angeles, like I said, is 213-452-57, no, 5200. And the buyer's office for New York is 212-382-2700. Stop playing in our face. Because this is so disrespectful on so many levels. This is some real shit that they got in their stores. And now I gotta do a video on the Dollar Tree. Because the Dollar Tree had a pack of wipes, they're called facial wipes. So they're in the so-called little beauty section, you go into with all the little nail polishes and the facial wipes. So when our girls go into, or women go into that section, they wanted them to see the blackface. There's some blackface like bullshit. They want you to see this because they don't want you to feel pretty. They don't want you to feel beautiful. They don't want you to be confident. So to try to knock you down, knock you back because you glow and you're beautiful, our hair grows up to the sun. And a lot of us do wear our afros. I don't have a problem wearing my afro. But they don't like the confidence that we exert around when we walk into a room and we're walking around. They don't like that. So they want to try to docile you down, put you in the background. They don't want you to be so prideful, or they don't want you to feel so confident. So they do sneaky, creepy cowardice. This is cowardice. To put this in a store, to be so insensitive, and somebody's trying to patronize with you. I'll probably say that word right, but we're trying to buy some shit, okay? We're trying to buy something in your store, and this is the thanks that we get. And don't say it's no theft shit, because everybody steal. Every nationality, in that nationality, somebody steals. So it's not no, oh, well, we're doing it because of stealing. If somebody's taking some shit, then it's a way to deal with that. But this is not the fucking way. So don't even come with that. Don't even come with, oh, because of, no, you have no fucking excuse. Because we spend trillions of dollars with corporations every year. And a lot of corporations doing great because of black people. So don't do that shit. Don't say none of that. There's no excuse for having this disgusting, gaslighting ass, just passive bullshit that cowards need to rely on to do to try to attack us some motherfucking type of way. Okay, so no. Okay, So I said it. I'm going to upload this video and I'm going to get to the next one. And I'll talk to you soon. Stay alert and keep your third eye open.